What's good? It's Joe. Welcome back to probably the longest video I've ever recorded and a new live reaction and review. I'm going to be going over Disciple Roundtable's Knights of the Round Table Volume 4. So yeah, this track list is just nutty. 23 tracks to go through. I don't know how long the runtime is going to be. Defo over an hour. But yeah, just some quick speculation. I'm probably going to really enjoy like 7 to 10 of these tunes. And as far as disliking, a couple for sure. A couple, at least a couple. But yeah, we will see about that. That's not set in stone. So other than that, shit. Let's get right into this, starting with Ray Volpe's Battle of the Bros VIP. I'm not the biggest fan of Ray Volpe's melodic Brittom approach. I feel like it's an overplayed take on dubstep, especially in this era. But his music isn't terrible. He's doing his own thing, and yeah, so let's go. Matter of fact, let me listen to the OG real quick. Just skim through it. Yeah, sounds half generic in my opinion. Okay, that's enough of that. Getting into the VIP, first track off the comp.
A battle of the bros. To sight of a very distinguished once and for
all. Really adventurous, lighthearted chords. Alright, he's kind of previewing the synths and the drop, which for people that know me, I don't like that at all. Mostly.
Alright, let's do it together.
That fake out was actually nice. This is okay. Okay. Sporadic, bleepy synths. So far, I'm enjoying this more than the OG, so who knows, this second drop or these next two drops maybe, they might be tight as fuck. Ooh. Another great fake out. There's some character and flavor missing there with those synths, but they are kind of a switch up. I'll give them that. Metallic sounding.
Alright, one last time.
Ooh. It reminds me of Two Vein, actually. Okay, these synths aren't the most standout either. But yeah, he is more. But yeah, he is pushing more boundaries than in the original. And it's a very well structured tune.
Are you kidding me? That's bullshit.
Yeah, that was okay. That was actually I liked it much more than the original, like I said. Very well structured and well paced tune as well. I guess the musicality and music theory wise, this is a very good track. Yeah, as far as the synths go, like I said, the fake outs I really enjoyed. And the main ideas were half generic, not gonna lie, but they worked towards creating this sort of theme that Ray Volpe wanted to display. So you know what? That was okay. That's a decent start. Faytal, Stompin. I recognize Faytal's name, but I don't think I've ever listened to his music. Ooh. Tight low breakbeat. Y'all hear that? Maybe if he had the Prodigy type melody in there, I would have fucked with it a lot more. Voltra's type beat. Okay, it's sort of anticlimactic. Like, those grand, boisterous, falling notes sort of prepare you for something much bigger and badder than what's on display. The synths, they remind me of Murda, and they're not bad, but there's something missing. Flow switch up is good though, sub movement as well. I mostly do enjoy those wet, squelchy sounding rhythm stabs that a lot of producers actually use, like Stains, like I said, Murda at points, and him. So the sound design isn't bad for sure, but there's something missing. The potency is just being sucked out of that drop. I feel like part of the reason that these drops are so underwhelming, or that the first drop was so underwhelming, was because it was so floor bound in a way. but it's okay. I mean, I'm not disliking it. But the sustains are very, very weak, and they're not adding anything. Usually when people incorporate sustains, they like to fill out the mix and maybe add some raw power into it, but that one isn't doing shit. But you know what? Another decent tune. I stated my thoughts all throughout this song. Barely Alive in Voltra. Goddamn. Fusion Core. The long-awaited ID. All of y'all should know Voltra by now, and Barely Alive are just goated in the dubstep scene. Whether you enjoy the recent stuff, the recent output or not, that's something you have to admit. Oh, so it's like half Voltra and half synthwavy Barely Alive? That's a nice little mixture. Bro, what the? Okay, I kind of expected it to be more voyaging and not so stompy, but I'm enjoying this. Like how they have those girthy oh, I just realized that this tune is 2 minutes and 33 seconds. What? Yes! What I was gonna say, I like those girthy, gritty basses underneath with the Voltra shit up top. Wow! I may have to listen to that again. Let's go back to that second drop. I just realized it's a fake out! Just the awareness. Everything being arranged, just thrown in, but still arranged. I already know this is going to be one of my favorites. Track 3. That's what you can do under 3 minutes. Take notes, producers. Y'all shit doesn't need to be 4 or 5 minutes all the time. Okay, now we get to Syzy and DDD with Forbidden Colors. Love Syzy's music. Not a big fan of DDD's. I just have a problem with the constant repetition, like the just tedious repetition of the synths that are put on display with their music. I don't know if it's a he or she, but maybe them collabing will help out with that. I usually enjoy Syzy's intros more than I do this. It's not bad though. Okay, yeah. Ooh. The summer. Very sporadic delivery, very. But I love how those synths are bouncing off each other. The sound design is again wet and squelchy, which I more or less always enjoy when it's put to good use, like displayed here. Very satisfied so far. I also hear DDD style in there. I mean, the variation was more or less introduced with that sustain bass, but that was enough. That was enough. With an idea as solid and as wild as what we get there. Ooh, that little lasery bit. Syzy uses that a lot, I think. Okay, little breakbeat again. I love my breakbeats. The flow reminds me of yakisoba. Okay, but they switch it up. That madness, that just ringing synth in the back. Very solid tune. Very, very solid tune. I'm glad I found something by DDD that I can listen to without fearing that the sound design is gonna get tedious or boring or any of that. Yeah, but like I said, the melodicity in the intro, midsection, and outro, it wasn't speaking to me as much as Syzy stuff usually does. I don't know if that was DDD's incorporation maybe, but it wasn't bad. It definitely wasn't bad. Okay, so I'm back. I had to do some work around the house. That's why it's already dark outside. Yeah, 3 hours later for me, a couple moments for y'all. Nextars, kill process. Atmosphere on point.
So I can then run the command. Kill. Kill.
Like the snare. Ooh. Okay, the arrangement of those synths is really interesting. So that's a good thing. And the tone as well. The sharp aspect was cool too. Glossy. Yeah, some great work done here on the intro midsection.
List the signals we can send.
Vocal sample works as well.
Kill.
Yeah, this is cool. This is tight. It's not bad. I'm not 100% getting into those synths, but it's interesting sound design in a good way. Yeah, the sporadic aspect was pretty nice, and he should have expanded on the drops more, in my opinion. He should have expanded on both. Maybe double the length, because I think those were only 8-bar drops. Yeah, short and sweet. Getting into Bandlez and Nyptane, Bad Boys. Don't know if I'm gonna like this. Oh no, it's some of that reggae shit again. I don't fuck with this at all. Well, to be honest, this isn't as bad as the other Bandlez 2 intro was off of Disciple Alliance. It's not 110% generic. There are a couple elements that scream Bandlez. I don't know what Nyptane did on this track because I don't listen to him. This is also a 2-minute and 40-second track. This isn't bad. Like the lasery bits, this drop's delivery is definitely more aware of itself than the other one is. If they would have expanded on that drop, I may have gotten into it. I may have, but it's just too short, so yeah, I didn't get much out of this track. First drop was my sort of dubstep. Second, the lasery flow, delivery switch-ups, those were cool and all, but the drops are just too damn short. Virus Syndicate, Virtual Riot, and Dion. Oh, this is Ecraze's remix of Gang Shit. Interesting that they decided to put a remix on this comp. Very interesting, actually. Yeah, I don't remember how the original track went. Code and Brain Palace's remix was different, though. Ooh, tight build-up. The sustain is cool. It works. It's not as obnoxious as Ecraze's tune was on the Disciple Alliance compilation. Okay, double drop. Didn't get too much out of that first drop, but I feel like I've heard this combination of sounds one too many times. Not from Ecraze specifically, but in general. Yeah, the most interesting thing to me on this tune is the sustain. In my opinion, this is just a mediocre track. It isn't terrible, it isn't trash, but it's just... Only thing that stood out to me was the sustain in the first drop. Falling ringing synths in the second drop, just, I mean... I've heard that so often, and it just... I'm tired of that sound. I'm tired of hearing it. Ringing sustains do work to an extent if you put them into something that makes sense, but there it was just... meh. It's just meh. I don't even know what to say. My opinion, of course. Samplifire and Evilnoiz, Helheim. I have a little hope for this, actually, because Evilnoiz I know isn't bad, and Samplifire... Berserker was crazy. If Berserker hadn't come out, I'd probably not be hyped for this tune, but I actually want to see what they do. And since it's called Helheim, this might be Berserker Part 2, because they're trying to expand on that Norse mythology type theme. If that's the case, then mysterious ass intro. Maybe some vocal chops again. Oh, so he did something different too. Woo! Oh, advanced vibes. That is nasty. That's nasty. Just the demonic aura that this tune is soaked in. Okay, that sustain could be a little less harsh, but I appreciate it being left field and atonal, dissonant. Yeah, I thought this was going to be Berserker 2.0, but it's far from it. Of course, the same theme running throughout the track, the Norse shit, but wow. And the flow is just crazy. Okay, so they added some sort of melodicity to complement those synths. Don't like this drop as much as the first, but it is still very good. Yeah, loads of variation, flow switch-ups, good basses on display. I feel like Samplifire should drop an entire EP like this. On his Viking shit, yeah, this tune is just completely fleshed out. All the shit that the last 3 tracks were missing, this tune has it. Very epic, very grand. Yeah. Great tune. Maybe the ideas weren't 100% appealing to me all the way through, but objectively, this isn't a debate. That track is crazy. So, Nosphere or Nosphere, I'm not sure, with Oblivion. This dude's music isn't for me, but it is interesting. I have heard a couple tunes of his. That brass, spacey, greasy thing sounds off-key with the melody. Okay. Like that, like the tone. Ooh. Ooh. It's good. I'm all for glitchy fills, so if he keeps up with that, then it might save the tune for me, because sound design isn't bad, but it's choppy and the mix is sort of empty. But the vocal sampling works. Like I said, the glitchy fills work. It may take a couple listens for me to get into that. The flow was decent, but it sounded off for some reason. I feel like the sound design doesn't suit the flow exactly. Both aspects, individually separate, are good, but yeah, the sound design doesn't match the flow. I don't know what it is. I should enjoy this, but yeah, this tune isn't backed by the percussion. I think it needs more white noise hats in the back to prop it up, because it seems, I don't know what it was, but there's something missing in the back. And the flow was kind of off. Like I said, it doesn't match the sound design. It doesn't suit it that well. So yeah, I guess I didn't enjoy that tune because it wasn't potent enough in the back end of the mix. I don't know. Ganon and all. Rude boys. Yeah, this is a distorted, repetitive piece of rhythm, then I'm gonna enjoy it anyway since it's Hall. Ooh, it's this one! What you want? Woo! This is so hard, I swear. On their ignorant rap shit. That part is so hard. Oh, it's this one. Stop holding bounce! Oh, the variation! Yo! I see how empty this mix is, but they don't need to add anything else for some reason. Probably because of that fat fucking sub. I don't exactly know how Ganon contributed to this tune. He probably had those metallic little bits that complement the obvious Hall sound design. Yeah, crazy collab. And of course, the notes announcing themselves. Same thing? Yeah. Of course I would have preferred it more if they... Did they switch it up? I would have preferred it if they switched it up more. I'll say it like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting how only that siren in the back of the mix, maybe with these eerie-ass risers, just completely fill out the mix and don't make it sound empty. Let's get into MOORG by Automhate. Hopefully this tune is robotic and mechanical and all that. Ooh, that brass. The combination of elements. God damn. I think he's previewing a synth, kind of spoiling the drop. Okay, so this is a perfect example of the synths not wowing me, but the background elements doing their thing and more or less supporting the track to at least make it decent to me personally. But those synths are... Yeah, that fizzling glossy madness in the back, it works. But the main idea is so... And the flow didn't really help out, if I'm being honest. What are these sounds? Why is he putting them together? This is the most interesting intro of this whole comp so far.
MOORG is online.
Why did he do this in the first drop, bro? Why did you do this in the beginning? That's much better. That little robotic overtone is what makes all the difference when it comes to Automhate. That's what I wanted from him. Thank you for not letting me down. Okay, I don't need to say anything else. Love this drop. Y'all do not know how happy I am that Automhate went in the robotic mechanical direction for that second drop. He shines so much with that style. Just... that saved the whole tune for me. I mean, fuck the first drop. I could listen to that second one all day. Cyclops, Fight VIP. Cyclops' music is a hit or miss for me. I love Recall with him and Veer. And his tune on the Royal Blood comp was decent, if I remember correctly. Kind of low energy, floor bound. You know what? Should I listen to the original? I'll skim through it. How about that? Oh shit, that's 4.2k likes. Okay. That should be good enough. Yeah, that little bit I heard off the original was fire. Oh, did the sub move like this and like that? Ooh, the films are so simplistic! The vocal! It's like he's pushing for so much energy and then just cuts it short, puts in the Danny fill with a little bit of glitchiness, and then just... This is probably the best Cyclops song I've heard so far. The time management and I guess conservation of energy is unparalleled on this track. Not to mention the idea is good. Yeah, I see why the original Bite was his most popular tune. It sums up his style very well too. Screechy sustains with gritty, gurgly synths peppered across it.
Now that's bass.
And that ringing overtone to that low harsh. Okay, this isn't wowing me as much as the first drop did, but it's still solid. Those sustains just wow. This is wild, bro. Okay. Definitely a highlight. Definitely. Yeah, I'm impressed with that tune. Very impressed. Alright, so now let's get into Infekt with Goofball. Oh, by the way, for the people who say Infekt's music is too repetitive, rhythm is supposed to be repetitive. And I know I'm kind of contradicting myself because I said earlier that I really don't enjoy DDD style of music because it's too repetitive, but I mostly don't enjoy his style because these synths do sound half generic in my opinion. If the synths were solid, very good to begin with, he wouldn't have to switch up the sounds. When it comes to Infekt, just listen to Aurallucinations. Dude used one synth. One. And it's the best rhythm tune of all time because it embodies what rhythm's supposed to be, and also it's just fire. Anyway, let's get into this. Kind of went off on a tangent there. Oh, the fake out. I didn't even know it was gonna come in. Oh. I don't even know how to describe the sound design, so I'm not gonna. I guess it's squelchy and with a robotic overtone. It's just Infekt. It takes a certain kind of genius to carry an entire track with one idea. I mean, the main thing this dude does is modulate one synth. That's what y'all gotta realize. And I don't think any other rhythm producer can do it as effective as Infekt can. I like that ride too. It's really sharp, almost in front of the synths, mix-wise. It sounds kind of neuro-y on the offbeats. Yeah, this is just Infekt. This is just Infekt. What he does best. Carrying a whole ass song with a handful or even one or two synths. Yeah. Chibs, knock knock. I've only enjoyed a couple Chibs tracks in recent memory. Karate, Zoot with Kron, very fire. But the rest of his music is... Crust and Jelly is okay. Yeah, I just really haven't enjoyed it. It just rubs me the wrong way, kinda, so... Hopefully he does something like Karate on this track, with like a moody feel to it, sleepy. Okay, this is definitely Chibs like. It still has that. Thing is, right, Chibs' music is sluggish, but in a good way. It's just so... Look at my posture right now. That's what his music sounds like. Ah, this is hard. Ah. He makes the sound design go there, 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 and there. Ah, this might be my favorite song of his so far. That's so cute. And those synths are pinprick, right? But they're so goddamn potent. Like, it sounds like there was a big-ass gargantuan pile of sound design, and he just took off the tip and put it forth. And that's what the sound design is. And wait, I'm trying to fill my subwoofer. Yeah, the sub bass is just straight up. This is my favorite tune of this, I think. Yep. See what he did? I think he went like. Oh shit! Just perfect variation at the right moments. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. This may be my favorite tune so far. It might be. It might just be. It's definitely on the top 3. I'm trying to choose between that. Probably, I'd say Helheim and Fusion Core, right? Rude Boys. Fuck it. Never mind. Jiqui. Smack that. Slug with him and Guillotine, love it. Other than that, I haven't properly gotten into his music. I love when people use left field, just vocal chops, or ones that you recognize but just shouldn't fit into the mix, but they do. Especially hip-hop samples. What? Okay, I'm sort of calming down now. But still, those first couple sounds were crazy. I have to listen to that again to properly actually review it. Reminds me of Cyclops. I think that's Jiqui's style though. These very shrill, high-pitched sustains over some sound design just dropping on it like raindrops. Solid. That was solid. That first bar of the first drop just startled the hell out of me. Probably my favorite moment off the whole song, but yeah, this tune is just all around solid. What else is there to say? Goddamn. Okay, now we get to Nvadrz with Idols. Western intro reminds me of their tune on the EP that they dropped on the Sideboard. What was it called? Easy Scapegoats? Nvadrz just went full cowboy with this, full out. Ooh. Yeah, the mix is definitely, it could have been worked on, but it's probably pretty difficult to get those frequencies kind of like how you want them to. Yeah, nothing really stand out. Most of it just meshes together to my ears. I felt like those main beepy bloopy synths that were just sporadic and just everywhere needed more body to them because they sounded a bit too shrill and too much on the high end. Yeah, those sounds could have been a bit more powerful, shining out through the mix because, like I said, that vocal sample was very present. But it wasn't bad. The Western intro was a surprise, so. BeutNoise, Monkey Rave. I've gotten so many requests to go over BeutNoise's music, and his style is interesting, for sure. Reminds me of Cybertron, whose style is also growing on me a lot, so. Very loud sub, but that might just be because it was pitched up. What's the kerplunky beepy bloopy shit that I heard from him back in the... Whoa! Oh, I love that flow. I love that flow. Yeah, his whole aesthetic is tribal and jungly in a way. Dude's a gorilla though, he said so. Okay, this is more generic. Oh my god. That fill was amazing. That fill was... And the Okay, so the first drop, right? The sound design was glossy. The flow was very creative. Reese is in the mix. Oh, tribal aesthetic was there, right? Second drop. Main ideas didn't stand out to me. Weren't bad, but sounded more generic. But those tribal fills with the Reese, what the hell? I'm gonna run that back in a minute. And it just builds it up so... Yeah, so it just ends. Run it back. Hold on. Well, it's still kind of him, but... Oh, shit! And this. Yeah, the more and more I listen to those second drop main ideas, the less generic they seem. I think I said generic because they sound a little bro step-ish. Like I said, that tribal aesthetic just creeping down from under to support those synths puts a stamp on it. So, crazy tune. Wow. Bainbridge and Viperactive, Danger, feat Max Live. Or Max Live. Bainbridge's music also seems pretty generic to me, at first glance at least. Ancient Evil, I love, because it reminds me of Terrible by Sudden Death. This is chill. I like those notes that sort of envelop the mix. Those are really pretty. And the vocals are tight. What does this remind me of? What does it remind me of? Something off the Fresh Blood compilation. A lot of these tunes remind me of the Fresh Blood comp. Not just because of the producer lineup, but just the sound design. Interesting. Interesting. Pinprick, sort of wooden, with this overtone of not exactly melodicity, but just tonality. But yeah, that flow plus the synths remind me of, I think it was a Viperactive tune even. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I sort of feel more body beneath that sound design now. Okay. Kind of more wet. That was put well together. Not much to say with this one, I feel like. It was solid. Flix. Funny. Getting close to the end here. 4 tracks left. Not counting this one. Ooh! Like the rearing appeal to the synths. I hear some synths here and I hear some here. If you get what I mean. That round sub helps with the flow a lot, actually. That's even an 808. I've said this before, but Flix's style is really growing on me. I-Beam was really pretty, and this is also nice. Yeah, just really bouncy delivery with similar synths being layered next to each other. Sounds like the same thing, and that rising pitch is cool. Very tight, very tight. Could have expanded on the outro maybe, but very tight. Liked it. Screwed. Body horror. Why does this remind me of old code? I know why it does. The eerie horror theme with the Reese. Savage for sure. Not wowing me yet. Good use of empty space and that pitch down sub. Too short drop. Just drop was too short. I don't know. The energy's there, but yeah, I like the sound design, but it's not that special, not that like massively special. But again, drop was too short. He could have expanded on that, maybe added a thick ass sustain, something. Yeah, decent. Tryple, Aurallucinations VIP. What's with this gruesome aesthetic? Love the pre-drop vocal. Okay, warbly delivery, very fluid. You know what this reminds me of? Mask. That was mysterious AF. Oh, this is a VIP too. Before I get into the second drop, let me listen to the OG real quick, just real quick. Okay, similar.
Hallucinate.
screeching, shrill sustains. All of it as a whole isn't bad, but there's nothing standing out to me. That's obvious because everything is so intertwined and flowing through the mix like one long ass piece of sound design. This is pretty. Ooh. Ooh. That hybrid trap bar at the beginning of... That's tight. That is tight. Love the different kick placements. Kick clap format, trap format. Yeah, everything about this tune is this is all about movement. And not short and brief movement, just stab like. It's just one fucking hypnotizing piece of work. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was solid. The hybrid trap switch ups in the beginning of the second drop definitely stood out to me more. I mean, you can't do much with that sound design if it's all just moving together as one. So he decided to go and switch up the percussion placement, which works. Alright, second to last track, Pain with Refresh. Okay. Very straightforward. There's something a little off about those descents, sustain, whatever that is, ringing. And the percussion is washed out in white noise. It's not really accentuated. Is that the right word? And the sub is loud as hell. Like its movement. And my favorite part so far about this tune is this section right here. The pitched choir sounding sample in the back with that little beat filtered as well. And I feel like that pre-drop vocal, it throws you off. The variation's there, obviously, but it's not doing much. The idea is a little too straightforward. The sound design also just needs some character and flavor. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Well then, Lizzy Jane, Wild Style, feat, Born 1 or Born I.
We do it this time affects the earth and affects the world forever.
Okay, like how he had these empowering vocals and then switched it up to make it sound, well, he was talking at first and then he started rapping. That's what I like. To simplify what I was trying to say. This is an interesting hybrid. It's like bro step and I was about to say trap, but it really isn't. Kind of anthem-like. Too much of the same thing. It's not working in my ears. To my ears, this is not working. I do like the melodicity in the back of the mix.
Take a moment and let yourself breathe.
But I feel like that's where the sound design is meant to be switched up and not just thrown at you one after the other.
I am enough. This moment is all we have. This moment is precious. You are enough. You got.
Yeah, the vocals are cool. They're empowering, motivating. Man, it's not terrible, but the arrangement of the sound design isn't appealing to me. Yeah, but there was some interesting stuff going on in that track that I mentioned while it was playing out, so yeah. And that concludes this 23 track compilation. What the fuck, I'm actually finished. I'm gonna say one thing. I am very surprised that I basically enjoyed ample parts of every single tune here, except maybe the Bandlez. Well, that is usually the case with me, that I find something to enjoy in a track, even if I don't like it as a whole. But, like, this compilation was much better than I expected it to be. And it is also much better than the Disciple Alliance Volume 4. Like I said, this compilation also reminded me a hell of a lot of the Fresh Blood Comeback compilation. They may have taken some pointers from them, not that I'm saying they're copying them, far from it. But, yeah, this was actually solid. It was actually solid. It wasn't bad. There's a lot of tunes that I'm going to be replaying. But yeah, drop your opinions in the comment section below. Tell me if I'm capping or not when it comes to some of these tracks. Yeah, I've been recording for probably an hour and 30 minutes now. Time to get to editing. This probably will be out on Sunday because... yeah, this has been your boy Joe. Thank you all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.